KBGA Missoula. Thank you for tuning in to Missing Zhongguo. Today, our theme is about food, and mainly we have the two words in Chinese, 饭 and 菜. And both of them refer to both general thing and a specific thing. For example, 饭 refers to both a meal and the rice. And the 菜 refers to both the dishes and vegetables. That probably tells us that mainly we eat rice and a vegetable in our meal. Anyway, in the previous three shows, we talked about medicine and disease and all that. And for Chinese people, almost every type of food has its medicinal effect. For example, ginger can warm you up, and pears can help with your lungs and stops coughing, etc. So we consider food as medicine, actually. So, Mr. C, what do you think of the relationship between food and medicine?
Well, I think it's a healthy relationship. I don't know that Americans necessarily feel that way. I think it's changing, but in the West, food was always thought of something as pleasurable, and medicine was kept separate, with few exceptions. Some medicines can also be very pleasurable, but in general, Americans, I will speak only for America, the United States, the medicine that we seek with food is to heal emotional wounds, and that's probably why we eat foods that release a lot of pleasure chemicals, food with lots of sugar or lots of salt in it. Both of those substances release chemicals in the brain that make us feel better. So, for instance, after a breakup, we might eat an entire barrel of ice cream because of the endorphins it releases. But of course, or dopamine, I'm not sure which one, but of course, this is very inappropriate. This is just making the situation worse, ultimately.
Especially it's bad for the physical health, right?
That's right. So when you break up, if you're smart, you go on what's called the breakup diet. That's where you lose 20 pounds to prove to the other person they made a mistake. But initially, whoever the person who got dumped, they will eat a lot of food. So I think maybe that might be, and I don't want to make any grand generalizations, but that might be more so true for women. Whereas I think the average male, particularly younger males, probably get super drunk. They probably use alcohol for medicine, or maybe even something worse. So to try to answer your question, which I think I failed, I think that the relationship between food and medicine here in the United States needs a little work.
Very interesting. Although I do believe like those comfort food can really heal, even if just temporarily, the brain or mental status.
So you don't mind if I go eat some Reese's peanut butter cups?
Yeah, after I break up with you, go ahead and do whatever you want to damage yourself.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so hope everybody is healthy, and even if something happens, don't punish yourself with those temporarily pleasurable food that will do maybe more harm to you in the long run. Anyway, enjoy our songs about food.